Hi guys, it's Destiny, and today I'll be giving you an authentic recipe for my shrimp Creole. Now, what you'll do is start with your veggies and you want to give them all a coarse chop. Starting with your yellow onions. I'm using Chef's Planet's Prep Taxi. I know that's a mouthful, and it measures up to 2 cups of your vegetables, so it makes it pretty easy for you to tell exactly how much you've chopped and are putting into your dish. So you'll start with 4 cups of yellow onions, 3 cups of green onions, and 3 cups of bell pepper. All of those, remember guys, that you want them to be a coarse chop to that vegetable. You want this to be hearty and thick and veggie goodness. So make them no smaller than a ½ inch when you're cutting your veggies. So there are your green onions, yellow onions, 2 pounds of peeled and deveined shrimp, your green bell peppers, 2 cans of diced tomatoes, 1 can of crushed tomatoes, 1/2 cup of light butter, and 1 tablespoon of garlic. Now, I know 1/2 cup of butter sounds like a lot, but when you see that this is not a small portion, you'll notice it's really not that much. We're using this butter to saute down our veggies. So with that being said, let's add our green onions, our yellow onions. You can use white onions. That's going to make it a bit spicier. I like yellow onions because they have a sweeter taste to them. I prefer them in this recipe, which is my recipe, so I get to pick. But feel free to substitute them out. I'm not sure how it changes the taste though. Then you want to add your green bell pepper. Give that a quick stir just to make sure that you coat all the vegetables with that butter. And then add your tablespoon of garlic. Now over a medium-high heat, go ahead and saute those vegetables down to where they're fork tender, but you don't want them to be soggy. So just give them a saute and then add your tomatoes. Don't drain any of that liquid off, guys. Leave all your liquids. That's 2 cans of diced tomatoes and 1 can of crushed tomatoes. Stir everything in well. This is going to reduce down, so don't be alarmed by how runny it may seem at this point. Again, over a medium-high heat, let that marry together for about 5 minutes. And to that, we're going to give a quick stir and add our Cajun seasoning. I use Slap Ya Mama. I know it's a crazy name, right? I love it though. It's not too salty and it's not too spicy. We're going to start with a tablespoon and a teaspoon of black pepper. I always allow it to cook down for about 5 minutes and then retaste to decide if I want a bit more spice to the dish. So give that a quick stir, cover it, let it cook again for 5 minutes. Again, this is all on medium-high heat. So I took a taste and I wanted it a bit more spicy. So this is 2 tablespoons in full of the Slap Ya Mama. And it doesn't make it ridiculously spicy, guys. I would say on a level of 1 to 10, 10 being the spiciest, this was about a 7. So you can always add more. You can't ever take anything out. So start with the lower amount of your seasoning and you can always add more. So we're going to stir that in, and now we're going to add our bay leaves. You are going to add 5 large bay leaves. Now guys, bay leaves are just for flavoring. You don't eat them. So you're going to take those out and discard, but they add an amazing flavor and it ties all of the flavors together really, really well. So that's 5 large bay leaves, and just pick the largest ones out of the container of bay leaves that you purchase. So we're going to give that a good stir. I let those bay leaves cook with the sauce for 10 minutes. And now we're at the very end of our cooking time, so we are going to add our shrimp. Now I'm using cooked shrimp that have already been peeled, deveined, and I removed the tails. So you don't want to overcook your shrimp. Your shrimp are only going to be in your actual sauce for about 10 minutes. You're going to reduce your heat to medium and let everything marry together. Let that shrimp soak up your flavors. So we're going to give it a good stir, and then we're going to kill the heat. So we're going to completely turn it off, not reduce to low. We are going to turn it off because, as you notice, that sauce is already thickening up. So I've let that sit for between 10 and 15 minutes, up to you. It's definitely still hot, but if you'll notice, your sauce has thickened up and it's ready to plate. I'll be serving my shrimp Creole over brown rice. You most certainly can use white rice. I've gone as far as to eat it over pasta. The pastas I prefer are either angel hair or linguine, but it's a really versatile dish, shrimp Creole that is. You can really put it and serve it any way you want to, but the most traditional way is over rice. So you'll get to see how chunky your vegetables are and how everything comes together beautifully. Guys, it tastes delicious. Like, I crave shrimp Creole at times, and there's nothing like homemade. You don't get any better than that. Nothing came from a box. This is the authentic goodness, and it did not require a roux. So hopefully you guys try this recipe out. It is absolutely delicious. I know I might be a bit biased, but I promise you it's been tested, tried and true. I look forward to sharing more of my favorite dishes with you. Thank you so much for watching, and don't forget, I love you. Bye.